What's up, guys? This is Chris from DraftDashboard.com. Here are my DFS picks for NBA Friday, March 1st. These picks apply for DraftKings and FanDuel. Before I get started, please drop a like on this video and hit that red subscribe button and hit that bell icon so you don't miss our new videos. In this video, I'm going to go over my top picks for today's NBA slate. And if you stick around to the very end of this video, we'll use the Draft Dashboard tools to make a DFS lineup using the picks we just made. Okay, let's take a look at the point guard position. I like Elfrid Payton from the New Orleans Pelicans playing the Phoenix Suns, who have the second worst defense overall, and they give up the 8th most fantasy points to opposing point guards. Elfrid Payton has scored 35, 39, and 38 fantasy points in his last 3 games, averaging 27 fantasy points per game on the season and an average of 28 minutes per game with a 19% usage rate. Elfrid Payton has been playing over 30 minutes per game, playing 36 in competitive games, and he's only $5,600 DraftKings salary. He's $800 more on FanDuel, so I love that DraftKings price. Projected at 25.7 fantasy points here tonight, but I've got him scoring 30 tonight, which is going to put you over 5 times value. There's an implied total of 237.5 points in this game. With the minutes limited of Anthony Davis, Elfrid Payton will get plenty of run. This is a fast-paced game and a fantastic matchup. I love Elfrid Payton here versus the Phoenix Suns. Remember, we added projected ownership, and that will be updating throughout the day as injury news changes. We also added the fantasy points per minute stat here for each player, and we also added a stat that's new to the industry. We call it the hit percentage, and it's the percent chance this player has to hit value at his current DFS salary. And you can access all these new stats even on mobile devices by tapping the dash rank icon. Okay, let's take a look at the shooting guard position. I like Kevin Huerter from the Atlanta Hawks playing the Chicago Bulls, who have the 9th worst defense overall, and they give up the 2nd most fantasy points to opposing shooting guards. Kevin Huerter has scored 21 and 13 fantasy points in his last 2 games, averaging 20 fantasy points per game on the season and an average of 27 minutes per game with a 15% usage rate. Kevin Huerter is only $3,500 DraftKings salary. He's $700 more on FanDuel, so I love that DraftKings price. Projected at 20.5 fantasy points here tonight, that's 5.8 times value. There's an implied total of 230.5 points in this game. I thought this was going to be a low-owned pick, but we've got him at 21% projected ownership, so it looks like a lot of other people are on board with Kevin Huerter at $3,500 on DraftKings. Fantastic matchup, high-paced game. This is a home game. If Kevin Huerter is starting, it's going to look really good. I love Kevin Huerter here versus the Chicago Bulls. Real quick, guys, I got great news. For a limited time, we're offering a full 30-day trial to Draft Dashboard. You can try all of our DFS tools for all sports. You can try the Position Optimizer, where you can see the top players ranked for each position. And we added a new Player Trends tool, where you can see the top salary differences between FanDuel and DraftKings. It's a really good tool to help you pick out value for the site that you're playing on. Oh, and if you're tired of doing research every day, we just added a cheat sheet that shows hand-picked plays for the slate. No confusing stat lines, no headaches, just a simple cheat sheet that shows the absolute best players for your lineups. Okay, let's take a look at the small forward position. I like Otto Porter from the Chicago Bulls playing the Atlanta Hawks, who have the absolute worst defense overall, and they give up the 2nd most fantasy points to opposing small forwards. Otto Porter scored 44 fantasy points in 31 minutes last game. It looks like he just came back from injury, but he played 31 minutes, scored 44 fantasy points, had a 24% usage rate, and Otto Porter is $6,300 DraftKings salary. He's $900 more on FanDuel, so I love that DraftKings price. Projected at 29.6 fantasy points here tonight. He's going to need about 32 fantasy points to hit 5 times value. There's an implied total of 231 points in this game, so I could see him getting 35 plus fantasy points here and crushing value. I love Otto Porter here versus the Atlanta Hawks. Before I continue with the picks, I'm excited today because we added a new contest for everyone watching. If you want to enter the drawing for $100 PayPal, all you need to do is like this video, hit that subscribe button, and make a quick comment below to be entered into the drawing. We'll reply to a random comment and let you know that you won, and then we'll send you $100 PayPal. So it's that easy, and we pick a new winner every Saturday and announce them in our video. So get your comment in now so I can add another entry for you. Okay, let's take a look at the power forward position. I like JaMychal Green from the LA Clippers playing the Sacramento Kings, who have the 7th worst defense overall, and they give up the 7th most fantasy points to opposing power forwards. JaMychal Green has scored 19, 28, and 27 fantasy points in the last 3 games, averaging 21.5 fantasy points per game on the season in an average of 22 minutes per game with a 19% usage rate. JaMychal Green is $3,700 DraftKings salary. He's $100 more on FanDuel, so I love that price on both sites. He's projected at 20.7 fantasy points here tonight. That's 5.6 times value. There's an implied total of 240 points in this game. That's a huge total. JaMychal Green could have a 25 fantasy point game here and crush value. This is a great matchup, a fast-paced game, and he's only projected to be 3% owned. So I'm going to be way over that. I love JaMychal Green here versus the Sacramento Kings. Okay, moving on to the center position. I like John Collins from the Atlanta Hawks playing the Chicago Bulls, who have the 9th worst defense overall, and they give up the 6th most fantasy points to opposing centers. John Collins has scored 44, 40, and 41 fantasy points in his last 3 games, averaging 35.9 fantasy points per game on the season in an average of 30 minutes per game with a 24% usage rate. John Collins is $700 DraftKings salary. He's $700 more on FanDuel, so I love that DraftKings price, projected at 34.7 fantasy points here tonight. That's right around 5 times value. He's got that 40-point upside. This is a fast-paced game, a home game, fantastic matchup. I love John Collins here versus the Chicago Bulls. If you want to try all these daily fantasy tools for yourself, click the link in the description below this video or just go to draftdashboard.com. You can use our DFS lineup optimizer to build quality lineups using our picks and your own custom player pool. Click the link in the description below this video and try all these daily fantasy tools right now. Thanks so much for watching. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit that bell icon so you can get instant updates whenever we post a new video. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please smackety smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Oh, and please comment below with your favorite player for this NBA slate. I love to hear what you guys have to think. Thanks again, and good luck.